Good morning, good morning. Turn on the marquee lights. Good morning tonight.
Good morning, good morning. Broadway is feeling bright. Good morning tonight.
When the theaters shut their doors, we were so sad and blue.
Now we're bringing back Broadway in our Tuesday night review.
So good morning.
Good morning. We'll make you feel all right. Good morning tonight for you. Good morning
tonight.
What a take.
And now, live from New York City, it's Good Morning Tonight.
No final rose.
I know. Good morning. I'm Michael Hull.
And I'm Jackie Cox.
And welcome
to Good Morning Tonight.
It is 7 p.m., which means that if all were right in the world, now would be the time. Now is the morning of the night.
Now is the morning of the night.
Time that us theater people would be springing from our beds, warming up our gifts, and getting ready to head down to the theater district for another night of the magic that is live theater.
It's true, but it's still not happening because Broadway is still dark, though there are glimmers of hope, but we are here to keep rallying the cry, rallying the call of Broadway, and here to say good morning and welcome to this morning show just for us nighttime people.
What a show we have in store. We teased you last week about a pop-up theatrical performance called We Will Be Back, which promised to bring together some of Broadway's favorite performers. Well, it delivered, and Jackie and I were in attendance last Friday morning in the center of Times Square.
It's true, and not only did we get all sorts of exclusive interviews and performance clips to share with you tonight in this hour, but we'll also be joined live by the event's musical director and resident cutie, Jacob Yates, who directed myself. Myself.
Plus, Bobby Thornton starred on Broadway in A Bronx Tale and now in the revival of Company. This Thursday, you can tune in to see him in Gutenberg, the musical, which will stream to benefit Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. He dropped by to give us the scoop on that, and we will have that interview for you later this hour.
But before we get to that, it has been quite a week.
It really has.
So many things. The Grammys happened.
They sure did. I watched. Did you watch?
No. Should I watch?
You know what? It was better than I expected. So they did this really cool thing where they had like 3 stages, and each time they like lined up performances, they would set up 3 performances, and then the 2 other acts would watch each other. But from like across a really big black box. It's like as if we were doing it here and Good Morning America was over there.
Oh, right.
And Oprah was like, well, we could watch each other do our thing.
Yeah, I'm sure Oprah would just be like...
Yeah, she'd be like, oh, this is very good. No, she'd love it.
She'd be doing the Oprah face.
Oh.
I get that text, I think, every other hour from some of a different person. It's just Oprah's face going like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I missed the Grammys, but then the Oscar nominations came out, and Viola Davis is now the most Academy Award nominated black actress ever.
And on the Grammys, kids in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm making this up. I'm pretty sure Beyonce
broke the record
for most Grammy-winning
person
Grammy wins ever
for any human.
For any human, and she happens to be a black woman, which is unbelievable.
So ferocious, and she looked gorgeous. I did see Beyonce. That's actually really the only thing I saw. I saw that, and I saw the WAP live performance. That was pretty fierce.
Okay, Christopher and I were sitting on our couch watching that, and the whole time we went, oh, this is on television. We were like, oh my gosh.
From the top, make it drop.
That's a WAP. I can't believe I just said that on the internet, but there it is. What else? It's been a big week in the, do you follow any of the drag scene?
Oh, I'm familiar.
We're gearing up for a finale.
Yes.
You gay, hun?
You gay, hun. We are gearing up for the finale of Drag Race UK. No spoilers, but I have seen it. And it's pretty fabulous.
Oh my gosh.
As you know, I'm on another television program here on the YouTubes called Extra Lap Recap, which is on the WOW Presents YouTube, and I have already seen and filmed the last Extra Lap recap
Well, I
for
can't
Drag
wait
Race
to
UK.
watch. I really loved Drag Race UK.
I've loved it. It's an amazing.
This series.
It's an amazing series. The top 4 are fabulous. I love all of the queens this season. It was such an interesting season. So many ups and downs, highs and lows. It's amazing how many queens who've won challenges didn't make it to the end.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, whoa, it just...
Surprises left and right.
As resident Drag Race Dr. Gay said, repeater badges do not protect you from STIs or being in the bottom on Drag Race UK.
Apparently not. And then here on our side of the pond...
Oh yeah, Drag Race America.
Drag Race America.
America's Drag Race, hosted by America Ferrera. No?
I'd watch one episode.
I would enjoy it. And it's like she's in like Ugly Betty, but like dragged out Ugly Betty, like even draggier Ugly Betty. And like it's just like the guest judges are like Michael Urie and Vanessa Williams.
Just always. They're not even guest judges. They're just resident.
It's the 3 of them are the permanent judges.
So this week's Drag Race US episode was a bit of a slant on the normal take on this episode. They remade each other.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
I like this more than when they did it on, I believe it was season 11, where they brought back the eliminated queens and made them over. So this was interesting that they made over each other.
Yeah.
And then each girl had to go down the runway as the other girl, which I thought was really interesting.
I really liked it.
It was really cool. It was more entertaining than I thought it would be when I heard that was going to be the challenge. So congratulations to all the amazing queens who are on season 13. They're so amazing. And Drag Race UK. And yeah, so stay tuned. Thursday is the new episode at 11 a.m. Eastern, I believe is when it drops. Drag Race UK drops on Thursday. Extra Lap Recap drops Friday in the afternoon. And then Drag Race, America's Drag Race is on in the evening, or the kids gagging for America's Drag Race. They're hating it. They're loving it.
They're loving it. It's really great. They really like my new pickup line of "You gay hun."
You gay hun?
You gay hun?
Oh yeah, that is
Bing,
a
bang,
good.
bong.
That is a good pickup line. Like you're in. Wait, did I ever tell you this story?
What?
It's not really so when I went to the UK, it's my only time going as like a grown up. It was like 5 years ago, and the bathrooms were a little different there.
Oh yeah. It's like open season.
It's open season. So I didn't know what was happening. So I went to a bathroom in and I was like, oh, it's like open. I just saw like, people of different genders. And then I was like, well, I saw what I thought was a urinal.
And was it a hand washing station?
It was a hand washing
Jackie.
station.
Well, breaking news.
Oh gosh.
Now you've all heard.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's been a pretty exhaustive sum up of what I wanted to know from this week.
And things you didn't want to know.
From your past.
My life.
So I say it's time. Let's jump into the episode, you guys. As we mentioned, this past Friday, members of the Broadway Plus community came together in Times Square to offer up a resounding message of "We will be back."
That's right. Included in the mix were singers, dancers, Broadway stars, and one off Broadway drag queen who may look familiar to viewers of this show.
But before we roll tape on our coverage of the event, I will just say that Jackie is not the only familiar face that you will see, so keep your eyes peeled for quite a few of our past guests here on Good Morning Tonight.
Yeah, let's see how many you can name in the comments. We're gonna hop in the comments during this video segment as well, and let's take a look.
Let's take a look of our coverage of We Will Be Back. Everybody, it's Michael.
I'm Jackie.
And we are in Times Square. Oh my gosh, it's been a year since the Broadway shutdown.
I don't think anyone who loves Broadway as much as us, or even half as much as us, could have anticipated something as magical as today was.
They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. They say there's always magic in the air. But when you're walking down the street and you ain't had enough to eat, the glitter comes right off and you're nowhere.
We are here in Times Square singing for the first time with friends and dancing and celebrating Broadway hopefully being back soon. I'm emotional. It's really it's been so long since we've been singing together, and I know it's kind of shocking. I can't quite believe that it's happening. This definitely is helping me see the light. I'm seeing more life come back into New York, and hopefully that's a sign that we need Broadway to be back because it's the heartbeat of New York City.
I won't quit till I'm a star on Broadway.
From the amazing musical Head Over Heels, Peppermint, talk to me.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling safe. I'm feeling protected. I'm feeling loved. And I'm feeling hopeful.
We're going to see something beautiful here in just a minute, which is you in a quartet of four amazing strong women singing Home from the Wiz, and you are standing right next to and belting alongside Lilias White.
I know!
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home. I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing.
Wind that makes the tall grass bend to lean. Suddenly the raindrops that fall have a meaning. Sprinkling the sea makes it all clean.
It's the real deal. And so I'm so honored and humbled to be included in this group, just not only as myself, but I'm so happy that they decided to reach out to a Black trans woman and include her in something like this, because I don't think 5 years ago they would have, to be honest with you.
Listen, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe in the things that we see.
It's just, it's what we love. We love this so much. And I think having it taken away from us has, for me, it made it even sweeter. We need it. We're essential workers. And the government, and all the people who are supposed to be taking care of the people need to take care of us. Because this is the lifeblood of New York City. Entertainment is the lifeblood of New York City.
So it's real, it's real, it's real to me. That we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love, like yours, like mine, like
How do we make a case for arts workers now? We are valuable because we speak to the soul of the nation. We are valuable because we engage all people, because we help people reflect on who they are and invite them to consider who they want to be. We are valuable because we make sure everyone is represented in our national narrative. We are valuable because we seek the truth on behalf of us all and provide spaces for empathetic healing, truth, understanding, empathy, healing, and pure joy. And the coming together of people unknown to one another to share an experience. That is what we do.
I see today as a great day of hope. It's a day of hope because now I think I can say the same thing. We probably, each of us, know at least one person, probably many people, that have already had a vaccine. That's what's going to get everybody back to the Broadway theater. That's the light at the end of the tunnel that we can now see and almost touch. It's why I brought a little piece of sunshine in my pocket today.
Hello, Broadway! Oh my goodness, it feels so good to be here today. I have missed being in this area and feeling this incredible energy. I'm honored to be here today representing Black Theater United. I'm a founding member along with Scouts. We will be back. And you know what? One day, may we never have to wear these friggin' masks again.
We'll be stronger when we come back home.
This moment feels good. It felt good earlier because, you know, we arrived in the gray, clouds, it might have rained, and it was our responsibility to bring out the sun. And we did. But that's why we're here, to deliver that message to all the people who are frustrated, who are depressed and distressed and confused. I understand when we are cautioned to socially distance. But I think language is important. We should say physically distance, but continue to be socially available. This is what we do. We set the pace. Regardless of pandemic or not, we are the avant-garde. We are the leaders. That's what we do.
Going to the theater during difficult times has always had a healing effort. So its absence has only made the challenges of this past year so much worse.
We've got parts to perform, hearts to warm, kings and things to take by storm as we go along our way.
Over this time, I've seen the unbelievable passion, dedication, and drive of artists, and witnessed their impact on communities and the way in which they inspire others.
We've got magic to do, just for you. We've got miracle place to play.
I'm so happy that we could have so many arts workers be represented today. That was the most important thing for me, is that it was about the arts workers. A lot of times we have larger corporations that try to do things to be performative, and this wasn't performative. This was actually really to get people back to work and to also say that people need funding to get back to work. This was really to show people, hey, we're here, we're essential, we need it, let's keep pushing forward. And I also, one of the other big things today, and I know that you guys know this and for the viewers to know, was inclusivity. That was the theme of the event. So not only are we going to come back, but we're going to come back in a way that we want to see it. So we're going to include all genders, races, everyone is included. We need to keep going with that and go further. And today was massively representative of that. So I was so thrilled.
We got magic to do, just for you. We got miracle place to play. We got parts to perform, hearts to warm, kings and things to take by storm. As we go along, we got magic to do, just for you. We got magic to do, just for you. We got magic to do, just for you. As we go along our way.
What an event, you guys. And let's welcome to the show. We've got so much to talk about.
So much to
because
talk
this
about.
was quite a day. But let's please welcome to the show the musical director of We'll Be Back, Jacob Yates.
Welcome, Jacob.
Hello.
How's it going, Jacob?
It's going well. How are you all?
So good. Welcome to the show. Good morning tonight.
Good morning tonight,
No,
my
I didn't
dear.
play a little
You didn't
clip.
play the clip.
That's
All of a sudden
right.
he was in the video. I was so good. Oh my goodness. Well, don't worry. We'll play you the video later, just for funsies.
Should we pretend?
Okay.
Should we pretend?
Yeah. Jacob, don't move.
Okay.
We have to play your
hold on,
video
hold on,
intro.
hold on. Here we go.
Oh,
I won't know
excited.
how to do this segment without it.
Please, do you want to intro him?
Yes, please welcome to Good Morning Tonight, Jacob
Jacob
Yates. Jacob, Good Morning Tonight.
Wow, that was
Oh my God,
incredible.
Stella, great
Sorry,
choice.
that's the usual treatment. My finger was just on the wrong button. I'm so sorry.
Gosh,
But
I'm so
welcome to
glad
the
we did
show.
that right.
Yes.
Thank you.
It feels right. Jacob, okay, First of all, can we talk about Michael Hull put together that entire video package? But like, didn't it make you like relive the moment? Feel
It
like
really
you were
did.
there?
It so captured the entire event. I mean, like, such a great job, first of all.
Well, thanks. Jackie Cox on the mic, hoofing it in her, 6-inch heels to get the scoop from anyone that would talk to us. Jackie was clawing her. She was like, oh, yes, Mike, Andre the Shields.
The best part is in between, I was doing interviews for other news outlets, but I'm like holding the Broadway-Talk live microphone like behind my back, like, sí, Univision, quiero hablar. And I was just like, Mike was like, you speak Spanish? And I was like, today I do.
Yeah. Sure.
And I was in the French news this morning.
Yeah, there were so many different press outlets. I was like,
very cool.
What in the world? This is amazing. It's so great.
And okay, you had such a task because you had to musical direct this entire thing remotely.
Yes. Yes, I
So
did.
you're no stranger to musical direction.
Yes.
You're no stranger to the music world. You have worked on Broadway multiple times. You have produced countless concerts. Was this a new challenge, though? Have you ever done anything like this?
I cannot even really begin. I mean, I will begin because that's what we're going to talk about.
Begin the begin.
Begin the begin. It was so new and so different. Like, it was shocking. Like, when I first got asked to do this, I was like, sure. Because, like, at this point, it's been a year and, like, really anything goes, right? I was gonna say yes to anything. Like, yeah, let's go.
Honey, say yes to the dress.
Say yes to the dress. So Holly Ann, who you had on your show a few
last
week. She, approached me. We had done Jersey Boys together up at a Gunkwit Playhouse in Maine.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I think my entire drag aesthetic is defined by the backup female, not the actual women and the characters they meet in their life, but in the scenes when they're like the Jersey Boys come out and there's like 3 women backup dancers doing this, and I think that's my entire drag aesthetic is like female backup dancer in Jersey Boys.
Especially in this. I mean, you're so ready right now.
I'm ready to go. I feel like that's it. So I get it.
It's great. It's great. I support you in that journey, and I feel like it's a very specific and honorable journey.
Thank you.
So I knew her through that moment for us, and I said yes, and I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work, but like we'll figure it out, And basically, it was a really intense, all day long, like work to put this thing out in time. And it was just so rewarding. But the process was so unique because obviously no one was ever in the same room together.
Yeah.
And I arranged and orchestrated on Broadway and home. And so any musician or any instrument or person that you heard, I had my hands on. And then Tom Kitt, who is a incredible person in this industry, he arranged Magic to do, but that also fell on me to put together. The only thing that we had for Magic to do was like a live board recording of a previous performance with completely different people and some sheet music. So then I was like, okay, how do we make this work for this event with like a 30-person backup choir, 10 to 12 soloists, and the full orchestration, which was, yes, Jackie Cox joined us for a beautiful
and lots
solo.
of auto-tune. No, I'm kidding. There was no auto-tune on any of us. I will say the solos were so exciting to hear everyone's very different voices all come together, and I think it was such a.
It felt like they had been sitting alone for a year, being like, I gotta get back.
This is my moment.
Along came you, and you were like, I've got 2 bars with your name on them, and they were like, this is it. I'm gonna shine.
That is exactly what happened.
Really exciting vocal options.
Heathcliff Saunders was like, I am gonna take this and run with it.
Well,
Heath Saunders, Bree Jackson.
Oh my gosh, there are so many. Hearts too warm. I can't do that.
No.
I was like, oh, should I add a little riff in there? Michael was like, do whatever you want. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I should add a little riff. And I looked at everyone else, and I was like, oh, I could have added 10 riffs. If only I could sing 10 riffs.
We got a signature Jackie Cox riff.
Yeah,
it's been great, honestly.
Just one of my little ones.
And then, of course, so all of your work comes together at last Friday, and you conducted a good portion of the day standing in the dead center of Times Square, New York City, often called Center of the Universe, in one little known musical called Rent.
Oh.
Standing in the middle of Times Square conducting, what did that feel like?
Yeah, it was pretty incredible, honestly, just to see all of your faces too, like in front of me, you know, just like so many different parts of this business represented on that day, which was like the point. And I'm so glad it was executed the way it was. But, you know, facing where the ball drops on New Year's Eve, and then like also you all couldn't see at the time live, but I'm sure you've seen in the pictures and the videos, but the billboards turned purple and said we will be back. It was like,
I love that there were these purple. I'm going to show them right now. These purple Christian Sirianni masks. Actually, we're going to go live to the Jackie Cam.
Oh my God!
We have a Jackie Cam, and you can see this mask by Christian Sirianni with purple heart. So now, whenever I get tired of Michael, we can just cut to my close-up.
Oh yeah. It's so fun. Don't worry, I still have all the controls in front of me, so don't you worry. But yeah, those masks, the colors,
the monochromatic looks, also just like the massive amount of press like behind me where I was conducting, and like they were very intense, like pushing each other and trying to get the best shots and stuff.
There were like
so
12
wild.
different like real news cameras.
Yeah. I actually have, Jacob, I'll send it to you. I actually have a great photo that I took of you where I'm taking your photo, but it's just a wall of press behind you.
Oh, very cool.
It was like,
Love that.
The whole thing was very overwhelming. But yeah, people came out, people were very excited. There's been nothing theatrical to cover.
Yeah.
I think people were like, this is the day, the time is now, the place is here.
Speaking of theatrical, one of our heroes, Frank DeLella, was there.
Yes, we
for
love
New York
Frank
One.
DeLella.
Wait, Jacob, did I tell you this? When we were there, we pitched to Frank DeLella, like, what if there was like the Young Avengers, but it's like for New York One theater coverage, and it's me and Michael.
It's just us.
And he was like, sure.
Also, this outing, this press outing, this story hunt featured the introduction of our new little microphone flag that says Broadway-Talk Live on it.
Oh my gosh.
And Jackie saw, I'm telling the story. Jackie saw
Tell
Frank
it.
from across the crowd, and Jackie goes, Frank DeLella! And he turned around and she went, look, we have a thing now.
I got a thing on a microphone. I'm very fancy.
Yes, Jackie, you were
moving on up.
Real roving reporter. But
no, it was so cool for you guys to be there and doing that and covering it the way you did, because obviously it came out in a beautiful video package, but it was just like a different type of coverage as well, you know, like it was very warm and inviting to have on site.
Well, thanks. It felt very special that we had been able to have Holly Ann on the show last week.
Yeah.
And so I really felt like Jackie and I went into this with, you know, it was also a very secretive event. There was a lot of like questions that couldn't be answered. So I felt privileged to know as much as I did, so that we really went in kind of prepared for how powerful it was going to be.
Yeah.
But also, you know, we heard a little bit about this in the package, and you also made a mark on it, but like the sheer inclusivity of the event and the breadth of different people that were there.
It was amazing.
Was really, really awe-inspiring in the moment. And I know that you and I had talked about the fact that we wanted to make sure that we really highlighted that.
Yeah.
Especially in an industry where, you know, I love Broadway, not to knock anything, but sometimes we don't always focus on the big picture. We focus on a big star who's up front or on a big Broadway name or something. We don't always talk about the community at large or the makeup of the community at large. And this event, and you know, props to Holly Ann and everyone who made it happen, but this event really featured a really wonderful, inclusive group of diverse artists. So we just really wanted to highlight that.
It was really cool. And I also love that original song was so beautiful.
Oh my gosh,
Broadway
yes.
Inspirational Voices.
Yes.
I want that to come out as like a single that I can purchase.
I know, it's lovely.
When it comes out, we're gonna get the deets and find out ways for you kids to purchase it, because I love it.
Oh,
Or at least stream
Broadway
it.
Inspirational Voices, for sure.
They are unbelievable.
But we do have to talk about, this isn't the only project you've worked on during this pandemic. You've been working on a new project. Correct me if I'm wrong, is it a musical about Marilyn Monroe? Are you living out Smash in your apartment? And can I be Deborah Messing?
Oh my god, I wish I could like fulfill that dream for you, but unfortunately Deborah Messing will not be taking part in this moment that I'm trying to create.
I want to be the Deborah Messing. I have no experience writing musicals, but I'll just stand there next to you and just go like this.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're welcome over anytime. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, no, you are sort of, yes, you're right. I love Smash. I've always had a Marilyn Monroe obsession as well. Like, it's just like,
who doesn't?
Yeah, right. Like, we don't really need to get into it, but like, it's like I'm a very sort of like what's meant to be will be sort of things like guardian, angel, spiritual, manifesting vibes type of person.
I love
right?
that. Be that person. I love that.
So she's always like appeared in my life in really strange ways. And it's like always really been a very weird thing for me. And then I never knew sort of what to do with it. I just kind of accepted it. And then it just became clear at some point that I was like, I need to write something that involves this, that involves me, that involves blah, 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 blah. I had a really intense, like, amazing experience watching a reading of a play at the Actors Studio in New York City, where she actually happened to study that my boyfriend was in. He was in the reading there. And then this glamorous woman, this, like, 80, 90-year-old woman, walks in right before the lights go down to see this reading. And my mind just went crazy. And basically, without getting into it too much, I started playing with the idea, what if Marilyn Monroe never died? What if she gave up Marilyn Monroe?
What if she did what we all have said Elvis has been doing? But
Yes!
it's been Marilyn.
Exactly.
It was Marilyn all
It was Marilyn
all along! Oh, wait, I'm so excited for this. So it's a musical.
It's a
from
musical.
the point of view of Marilyn if she had been in hiding.
It's not from her point of view. It's from the point of view of kind of like a me-ish character.
Okay,
where,
right,
like,
which we love. Yeah.
This gay boy with a lot of gay trauma, like, is, lost, stuck in New York, feeling very alone. And then he just meets this glamorous woman, and they have this crazy connection, spiritual connection, and he also happens to be obsessed with Marilyn. And over the course of their relationship, he's like, is she Marilyn? And that's crazy, right? Like, that's crazy. And I want the audience
so it's kind of like Anastasia too. I love it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I want to have a bit part / watch this musical.
Yes.
The kids are calling for a Marilyn Rusical. But listen,
Oh my
don't
gosh.
steal this. This is Jacob's idea. Don't steal this.
I don't
I know.
I don't. Here's the thing: is I think a Marilyn Rusical. The only issue with the Marilyn Rusical is that her music is. She doesn't have a lot of music, so
Right.
I don't know what it would be. I feel like a musical needs to be written about her that actually like includes a little bit more
and
music.
look, people have tried. Many people over the years. There's Marilyn, the American Fable, Marilyn the musical.
I haven't heard this story. This is a new take.
It's a new take, and I think it's like, you can't be Marilyn, right? Marilyn was Marilyn, so I think it's a way to honor her and her legacy and explore her as a person, and just in a different way by considering what it would be like if she was old. What regrets would she have? What trauma would she have that she can bond with this gay boy that's struggled with similar things, despite them having completely different trajectories in life?
And what an interesting thing to think that from Marilyn's untimely death to now, what our attitudes and have shifted around women of a certain age. And
absolutely,
at the time of Marilyn's death, being in your 30s was very old for a young Hollywood starlet. And I think now we have more and more actresses who are showing that you can be a little bit older. So I'd be curious what Marilyn's take would be on all that. But you know what?
I know.
I'll have to wait to see this musical.
You'll have to wait.
And I'll know.
Yes.
I can't wait.
This is breaking news. Michael, hit the button.
It is breaking news. And I should just say that
It's breaking
That's
news.
incredible.
Hold on, you also said I should say that.
I should just say that I'm writing it with this wonderful collaborator of mine named Melissa Rose Hirsch. She's just like an amazing light, and she has a crazy Marilyn connection as well. Her mom works with Anna Strasberg, who Marilyn left her whole estate to Lee Strasberg, her acting coach, and then now Anna Strasberg is in charge of it, and Melissa's mom works for Anna Strasberg, and often is tasked with going through Marilyn's items in a storage facility in Connecticut. But it's crazy.
Can I come sometime?
I know. I wish.
How incredible! You've been a busy little beaver. And in addition to this project, we're deciding that any projects that are on hold are still ongoing. So you are currently the musical director for Off-Broadway's Rock of Ages.
I want to rock.
Yeah.
Which, you guys, when Broadway and Off-Broadway reopens, first of all, Rock of Ages is a fantastic show, and anything else is completely wrong. Second of all, Jacob Yates performs on stage as the musical director the whole time in Jackie giving you a run for your money in a fierce wig and like a full 80s glam look. It's pretty 80s-tastic.
Oh, I want to go to there. You know, New World Stages.
If that doesn't sell a ticket, I don't know what will. So you guys get in line.
I'm going. New World Stages makes a mean drink, and I know this.
They do.
Because I was born there. My drag career started right, like 20 feet away from you in this wig. So I'm gonna come get myself a good old cocktail, and we're gonna party.
Oh, it's such a good time. Have you ever seen Rock of Ages at all in any iteration?
I saw when Tommy Lank was in it on Broadway. I saw it. I love him in it.
Oh wow, yeah.
So fierce.
It's such a good time. It's like, I was one of those people that like knew nothing about the show and kind of also like had like preconceived negative notions about it before I was involved in it. And the moment I saw it from start to finish, I was like, well, I've never been more wrong about anything in my entire life. Like, it is a good show.
It's a great show from what I can remember. Not gonna lie, by the second act, I was totally bombed.
Well,
so this time, I'll wait till after, and we'll have drinks at the.
I think that's
we'll have drinks at the green room.
One of the charms though is that you have to see it multiple times.
To make it through.
Exactly. That's how they get you coming back.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like they were serving Long Island iced teas. Like,
they do. Yeah.
That's what she just like the only drink available. She's like coming around. She's like popcorn.
On Broadway, they bring the drinks around too.
They brought the drinks around. And there was literally a Long Island iced tea this big.
We're like, well, we're out of water. I've got this Long Island iced tea.
And I was like, well,
done, sold.
Oh my God, it's literally the best time, and like. Yeah, it's and we also have an incredible cast, so I'm just like really hoping we can get back to work as soon as possible and
I sure
take
hope
me
so.
to that basement.
We sure want you to get back to that, although we're quite, if there's been a silver lining, I'm glad you're working on this Maryland musical.
Yes.
And we had the best time catching up with you on Friday. Congratulations again on
Thank
all
you
of your
very
stellar
much.
work on We Will Be Back.
Thank you.
And it's just so nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
We will see you very soon, Jacob. I know you'll have more breaking news for us as soon as it's available on this very important, hard-hitting news program. But until then, good morning tonight, my darling.
Good morning tonight.
Cheers.
Oh my goodness. Busy man.
And we got some hot scoops.
There you go, kids.
We got hot scoops
for days.
Hot scoops. And speaking of scoops, next up we have Broadway favorite Bobby Thornton, who is starring on Company, which was forced to close when the pandemic forced all of Broadway to go dark. And while we are all excited for his return to the Bernard B. Jacobs Theater, we've got good news about him where you can catch him before Broadway reopens.
That's right. Bobby and his frequent collaborator, Alex Pracken, managed to get together for a very, very intimate production of Gutenberg, the musical.
Yes, that Gutenberg of the printing press.
Gutenberg of the printing press Gutenbergs.
Yes.
This production was so intimate, in fact, that I am sure that you were not invited. But luckily, the good folks at Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS were there to capture the evening, and they will be streaming that show this Thursday night.
That's right, and Michael and I sat down with Bobby a little earlier to talk about this hilarious musical, so let's take a look at that footage now. Oh my God, cheers! Oh, good morning tonight! Oh my goodness.
How's it going?
I didn't know you were here. I didn't see you there.
I was just sitting here drinking by myself, and hello.
Well,
cheers. Now you can drink with us. Cheers. Good morning tonight. Welcome to the show. We're so lucky to have you. I feel like by the time this quarantine's over, we will get every member of this amazing revival of Company on our show. We're going to make it happen, Michael.
Listen, I am in for it. I am so into it. And Bobby, you're actually completing today. You're completing your triple crown, which is what we're calling it now, of the Broadway-Talk live shows. You are a past guest, very popular past guest of the 5:30 Quarantini. You have gone head-to-head with Josh Lehman. You've gone head-to-head in MT Trivia. And
with Christiane Pitts.
Yes, with Christiane Pitts. And now today you complete your trifecta. We are, of course, a news show. And when we heard that you had some breaking news coming up, we just knew that we had to get you on the show.
We love breaking news. We love everything about breaking news. We also love this little video when we talk about breaking news that I'm going to play now just for fun.
So fancy, so intense.
Breaking news, you guys. Bobby Thornton and Alex Pracken have something delicious cooked up for us in a time when most people are on hold from theater. You guys are revisiting Gutenberg the musical, which correct me if I'm wrong, but you've done this a few times.
Yes.
But now in pandemic times, you're reinventing the wheel. You're reinventing the printing press.
That's what I'm going to say, the printing press. So wait, I don't know much about Gutenberg the musical. So is this a musical about Gutenberg, the inventor of the printing press?
Slightly, that's correct. The premise more is that it's a meta show about two theater writers who have written a show about Johann Gutenberg, who invented the printing press, and they're holding a backers audition to get it funded, and they couldn't get any actors to do the show, so they are playing all of the roles themselves. So they go in and out of presenting the show, talking about themselves, and they're very clumsy and maybe don't have the means to really take this on fully, but so earnestly believe in the work that they have to offer. And hopefully with some hilarity and hijinks and some grace, there's a lot of love involved.
Yeah. And Jackie, you're very familiar with the backers audition because we treat every episode of Good Morning Tonight like a backers audition. We're constantly looking for producers, for sponsors.
Anything.
So we understand the hustle that these two guys are going through. And here you guys are in previous incarnations of the show. And it's all done through the use of these hats. And like you said, you play a lot of different people in the show. How many characters will you be playing for us?
I mean, there's over 20 total. And it's split about half and half. Again, this is with my college roommate, Alex Pracken, who's one of my best friends in the world. And this was really his idea because he had seen a production of it in St. Louis as a high schooler. And we talked about doing it in college, and it never sort of worked out. And so I think it was back in 2018 we did it the first time at Green Room. And we were so surprised and shocked that people enjoyed it and wanted to be paying money for it. And so they asked us to come back. And so we've just continually done it whenever we've had sort of downtimes and lulls because there is no one who makes me laugh harder than Alex. This show, it was originally done, it was created at UCB essentially out of improv. And when it was done off Broadway, it was with Jeremy Shamus and Chris Fitzgerald. So it's just this ridiculous, rambunctious show that's so stupid and so hilarious, but they're so earnest and so sweet and kind-hearted. So it's just a great thing to constantly revisit whenever we're feeling lulls in our life, either on a creative level or simply on a personal level.
Yeah, I have to say, I have seen the show before. I haven't seen your rendition of it, but I'm very much looking forward to it. And we're about to tell everybody where they can get you guys. But I'm very much looking forward to it. The show is so fun and so funny. It's just the two of you, right? It's a two-hander. Just the two of you for the whole time playing.
Honey, I love a
everything.
two-hander.
Yeah.
Well, and so how this came about was Jeff Whitting, who runs Open Jar Studios. He and I have done a number of labs and workshops together in the past. And he asked me in the beginning of the pandemic to come and do my solo concert, as I think you and I have talked about this, Michael, on other shows that I put out an album during this pandemic. And we couldn't figure out the logistics because I'm here right now in middle of nowhere, Montana. And in the beginning parts of the pandemic, it was sort of a nightmare to figure out traveling. But when
the acoustics in Montana, I hear, are great. You know, that's the best part. You can just skrelt out your door and sing for the hills.
When there is no one around you for miles and miles, you can sing however loud you'd like.
Yes, I love it. What a dream.
So I just do the concert for myself inside my own bedroom.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, was this, you're no stranger to the New York theater scene. We've seen you on Broadway. We've seen you off Broadway. I've seen you in a few, some concerts and whatnot. But was this kind of vein of comedy, this kind of like rapid, character-driven comedy, was this something that you had always been interested? Was this a new skill that you kind of picked up for this show? I know it's very fast and you're doing a lot of changing of points of view and of character. Yeah. What was that like for you?
It's maddening. It takes a lot of rehearsal and preparation, which I think the first time we were a little unprepared to realize how intense it was going to be. But I think for the people that know Alex and I very well, we're total weirdo goofballs and coming up with different voices for all these different characters and just being so unabashed in being weird is a real joy. And what I'm realizing as you talk about going into the cabaret world or in the real professional legit world, the more I'm finding I bring my weirdness and my oddness and my quirkiness to it, that's what's going to start attracting people and alluring people. No one just wants to see a bland person just saying the lines like anyone else could.
Are you
wanna
kidding?
find
An improv actor is the hottest kind of actor. I'm just getting turned on listening to this spiel right here. And there's hats involved. This is high drag.
I'm like, one more time for the kids in the back. If you are pursuing theater, do yourself a favor, rewind 15 seconds and listen to Bobby say that one more time. I love it. I love it.
Embrace
I love it. I love
the
it.
weird.
So, embrace the weird. So this is going to be a stream. I honestly didn't realize you guys recreated this musical during pandemic times. This isn't a tape of a former production that you've already done.
That's correct. I think we have it filmed from Green Room. But the point was, when I was unable to do this concert that Jeff was asking me to do, because Open Jar has been amazing especially the earlier parts of the pandemic, they were creating jobs for behind the scenes workers, especially those working in the costume industry. And when they were trying to create these concerts, they had these tables with dividers so you could watch it in a safe way. All of the singers were behind plexiglass and a drummer was in its own plexiglass. So it was really just cutting edge and ahead of his time. And it's really the work he's doing is extraordinary. So when I knew I was going to be able to come back to New York in the fall of 2020, he was very sweet and gave us the space to do Gutenberg instead. So we again have maybe an audience of 12 people that were all tested at the door and had been tested days before and all separated by these different plexiglass and wearing masks. We were 6 feet away. And we found a way to to play pretend and have sort of an in-person kinetic energy, which was a real gift.
That is so cool. And lucky for us now, like you mentioned, only 12 or so people got to see it live because of, it's a pandemic, I think we have all heard. But lucky for us now, Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, which Jackie and I talk an awful lot about BCEFA on this channel.
We sure do.
We love them. We support their work. They are streaming this production now
and it's a penny for them,
which is amazing.
That's right. It's free, but if you're able to donate, we have you guys are the best. We're raising money for it as well, and we are not here without organizations like this. They have been the safeguard during this entire. It's going to be a year on Friday, I think, when everything shut down. That's going to be a big day.
Yeah, when this interview airs, we will have just passed a full year of the Broadway shutdown.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right.
And for those watching who were like, oh, I don't have any more money, you know what you can do? You can watch the show, share it with your friends, share it with folks who maybe do have a little coins to spend. Do what you can in this time. I always say for the people watching, like, don't feel bad if you can't support every cause, but support the ones that you can. Support the people that you can who are supporting causes, because that is also a big thing, is just getting that message out, letting people know there's a show, and to go see it. So go see Gutenberg the Musical 2021.
Yeah, your chance
Jackie
to
Cox,
catch
killing it.
Yeah. Your chance to catch it is Thursday, March 18th. So today is Tuesday, March 16th.
Yeah. We can count.
Today is Tuesday, March 16th, when we are doing this interview.
Yes. No,
that's right. We are in the future.
We're in the future. We're in the future. And even further in the future, you can join this adorable, handsome person to my, let me see if I get this right. Oh, I did it there. I looked the right way. I never know which way. Oh, look, now we can just like look into each other's eyes longingly. Michael, you can go away.
We're in the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, very Brady Bunch. And go support Gutenberg the Musical. Go support Bobby Conte. Support Broadway Cares. Support theater. But especially, though there have been limited live performances that will be allowed soon, the earliest that anyone is saying Broadway will come back is still months and months away. So, there are still so many people, not just performers, but entire crews, entire production teams who have no job and no way to make money. And so Broadway Cares is really helping those people out right now. And you can as well, and have some fun and enjoy some live theater and hats.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Don't
yes,
forget
that's
that.
amazing. Gutenberg is in 2 days. I can't wait to watch it. Before we let you go anywhere, Bobby, we do have to talk about one more thing just because I have you. And I know we've
Yeah.
talked about it a lot, but I think I've mentioned this once or twice. I'm quite excited about the Broadway revival of Company that you currently, and I'm gonna call it currently. There's just a little hiatus in the middle. You
That's
currently star in, and you guys were running on Broadway when Broadway shut down about a year ago. To what I'm going to call rave reviews. Every person that I talked to was like, "Get."
We
there,
were in preview
get-"
still. I don't think it was in review. Yes.
But every person that I spoke to, my Facebook, my
to rave
Instagram,
previews.
to rave previews. How are you doing? Are you excited to get back to work? Are you starting to feel the hope of the return of live theater? How is it? How's it going?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we're all missing it. We need it. There's a couple members of our cast that are getting vaccinated now, which is really exciting. So we're starting to see a bit of the light at the end of the tunnel. And I have to give it up to our producers too, who are just so kind-hearted and so communicative. Even if there's no news to share, it's saying, we don't know anything, but we will let you know. And here's what we're trying to do in the meantime. It's really inspiring to see how they're handling this in the midst of all this hell. And
I hope that Broadway shows who are on hiatus, as Michael says, will get a chance to at least, participate in some of the outdoor things that are happening this summer. I think would be amazing just to see cast reunited, hear songs, as safely as possible. So I'm hopeful that things are going to start moving, and I think it's going to move faster than we think. So I'm hopeful, and I think that the desire for the lifeblood of New York City to come back, I know is top of the mind for everyone, and certainly here in Midtown, which Midtown might as well be Montana these days. So I think
is it a bit of a ghost town? When I was back in November, it seemed hippity hopping. The streets were packed, but everyone was wearing masks. That was the only difference I could notice.
Yeah, it's different by day. I know as the case numbers went up over the holidays, I know people went back in, and I think now that case numbers going back down again, we'll see what happens. And I'm just we'll see. I think we gotta just keep our hearts and minds open. And oh gosh, I can't wait to see it, because there were so many cool things that were new with this production of Company. Gender roles different than the original cast. I won't say reverse, but just different than they were in the original cast. New things to explore in this text, right? Which Sondheim is so much words, so there's always something new to discover in every production. So I can't wait to see it when it comes back.
And it also, what comes sort of bubbling to the surface in this production is George's book. It's that there's so much to rediscover in that material. And what was nice is, as we were rediscovering these things in these new contexts, as Jackie is talking about, we had access to his entire estate, and most notably the original vignettes that Company was based off of pre-1970. So especially for my character, for example, playing PJ, we've taken lines from some of those vignettes and incorporated them into the text, so that even if things are new, it's still from his vocabulary, it's still from his lexicon. So there still feels like there's a sense of continuity as we're making something very new and radical, even though the piece by definition is radical because it was the first non-linear, non-conventional musical ever produced on Broadway. So it seems very appropriate in that sense.
Honey, you're like Andrew Lloyd Webber dusting off that old memory poem. You're like, what else did T.S. Eliot write? It can't all be about cats.
T.S. Eliot. No. Cats. I remember seeing Cats as a 3-year-old, and I was in the balcony, and there was a cat that came up to me in the audience going, "Are you black when you're born?"
Yeah, that's so scary.
I screamed and went, "I'm never seeing this ever again."
It's scary. It is for sure a scary musical, but I think that I was only bringing up that comparison because I think that T.S. Eliot's dead, but Andrew Lloyd Webber was like, let me dig up some old poems of his. So I think that's cool that you guys are able to do not quite that, but find some new text to explore.
That's right, and I guess George has passed, but we have Stephen Sondheim, the one checking off everything as well.
Yeah, and he's not a bad one to have. That Stephen Sondheim. I think he's going places.
He's watching right now. He's thinking,
that's right.
Oh.
Hello, sir.
Well, Bobby, we absolutely cannot wait to watch you this Thursday in Gutenberg the Musical. There's the link. That's where you can donate, and also you can find the stream there. So again, it's this Thursday at 8 p.m., BroadwayCares.org/Gutenberg the Musical 2021. And then when that's done, we can't wait to see you back on Broadway, which is gonna happen sometime. Maybe this time we'll all win. It's gonna be great.
Wow. Look at that.
I don't know.
Someone should write that down.
Someone should. I think I've got something there. Bobby, you're the best. Thank you for coming
You're
to
the
spend
best.
some
Thank
time
you,
with
Michael.
us. And
Thank you,
good
Jackie.
morning
Nice to meet you.
tonight.
Good morning tonight. There it was. I hope you enjoyed mine and Michael's casual evening looks as opposed to our very serious daytime news anchor looks.
In fact, if you recall, Jacqueline,
Yeah.
you showed up in a beautiful daytime
I did.
look, and you took one look at Bobby and I, and you said, "Oh, we're doing dark colors." And I kid you not, you guys, it was like Jackie was there, and then she disappeared for a second, and then back into this totally different look. She was like, "How's this? Is this more in the vibe?"
Yeah, well, you guys were. It was, and also Bobby's like room was kind of dark and moody, and then your room is kind of dark and moody, and I also had a different background at first, but then I went with the dark blue. You know, I had to coordinate because, as the kids know, Jackie is nothing if not. I don't know where I was going with that one, but. I hope you guys had fun during this show. What a show we've had.
What a show we had. You guys, they fly by. But thank you for sticking with us for the hour. I hope we got, I hope we broke a few stories your way.
You got the Jackie Cam.
There
Hi,
it is.
in case, you know, you miss me. Michael hates the Jackie Cam.
It's not my favorite.
I love the Jackie Cam. You know what else I love, Michael?
What?
Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS.
Yes, which Gutenberg the Musical 2021, broadwaycares.org/Gutenberg the Musical 2021 will be benefiting.
Yes.
So as a reminder, if you want to tune in, you can watch a really fun show to benefit an organization that, if you didn't know, Jackie and I really like.
We do really like, and we'll have more things to announce with Broadway Cares coming up soon. But in the meantime, there are some other programs right here on Broadway Talk Live that you can tune into. So make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. I think we're almost near 1,000.
We're almost near 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, subscribe.
And once you get 1,000, I don't know what happens, but I think
toys or something.
you get a toy. So make sure you tune into all the amazing shows, including this Thursday, the 5:30 Quarantini is back live with Michael Hull and our lovely Dylan Bustamante, who was there on Friday. He was chilling with his 54 Below cap in the back, looking all incognito.
With that hat and the mask and the thing. And
Who's your guest this week?
From the company of The Lion King, Broadway's Bradley Gibson is joining us for Broadway Happy Hour. That's this Thursday at 5:30.
Fabulous. And then Monday, the MTs are back with MT Trivia. They've been in the comments, so make sure you are following them if you're not already. But Christopher and Kevin Metzger-Timson will be here at 9 p.m.
Yeah, 3 rounds of Broadway Trivia, 2 Broadway guests.
Ooh.
Only one
will survive.
Battle to the death.
We are dark next week, but stay tuned because we'll be back very soon. And in the meantime, keep doing all the things you guys are doing. Keep loving Broadway. We're going to keep loving Broadway.
Yeah, and also give our guests a follow. We forgot
Give
to
our
do
guests
that
a follow.
along the way, but here they come. Give our guests a follow. They're both up to very exciting things, and they're both so handsome. So you're going to want to know what they're up to.
You are.
What they're up to on Broadway.
Oh, on Broadway?
On Broadway.
On
You're
Broadway.
Gonna have to kill some time. I forgot to upload it.
Okay, while Michael uploads the song on Broadway that we're gonna sing to, I'll be killing time. Okay, well, this is actually the perfect occasion for the Jackie Cam. Like this.
What?
Oh, now
I
think
your audio is always working.
I think it's working.
I can hear you in my earpiece.
Oh my gosh.
This is
the Jackie.
Fun. Like I said, follow our guests so you can see what they're up to on Broadway. Okay, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. They say there's always magic in the air. But when the world is all shut down, the lack of Broadway makes you frown. The glitter rub right off and we're nowhere.
shows are something else on Broadway. But this pandemic's got them at a pause. 'Cause how you gonna do your show when indoor groups are a no-no? We're here to have some fun and help the cause. They say the shutdown's way too long on Broadway. We gotta help to keep our friends afloat. So thanks for joining for the show. We raised some money